You ever notice how you always let others go first? At the door, in a conversation, in life, you step back, you smile, you wave your hand, you go ahead, and no one thinks twice. But you do, because somewhere inside it's not just politeness, it's a pattern. It's a quiet deal you made with the world a long time ago. I'll stay small, so no one feels uncomfortable around me. You've convinced yourself it's kindness, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it's fear, dressed like grace. Because when you let everyone else go first long enough, you start forgetting what it even feels like to take your turn. You stop asking, you stop reaching, you stop standing where you belong. And what's strange is, no one even notices, because the world rarely sees the ones who step back. It only sees the ones who step forward. It starts small, holding doors open, letting someone cut in line, saying, "It's okay, I can wait." You think you're being nice, and you are, but slowly this habit becomes your default setting. You pause before speaking, you hesitate before choosing, you rehearse answers before sharing them. And every time you do, your brain rewards you with that soft, familiar comfort of safety, because being invisible feels easier than being wrong. You were trained, maybe not by words, but by moments. A parent's disapproval, a teacher's impatience, a friend's loud correction. Somewhere your nervous system learned, if I take up less space, I'll stay safe. And now it's automatic. You don't even think about it. You just move out of the way, like a ghost of your own kindness. Here's the part no one tells you. Being the nice one costs you things you can't measure. Because when you keep letting others go first, you start losing touch with what you actually want. You say yes before you've even checked in with yourself. You agree to plans you hate. You laugh at jokes that bruise you. You shrink from opportunities that were meant for you. And it's not that you don't have opinions. It's that you've learned to silence them before they make a sound. Like that time at the coffee counter. You let 3 people order ahead of you, just because you weren't ready to say your drink out loud. You smiled, pretended to check your phone, and when it was finally your turn, you whispered your order like it was a secret. That's the thing. You don't want to be invisible. You just want to be safe, being seen. But the longer you live behind your own politeness, the more the world forgets you exist. And you start to wonder, is this humility or self-erasure? One day, something small cracks the pattern. Maybe someone cuts in front of you, and this time you don't move back. You don't even mean to resist. It just happens. A spark of no rises in your chest. Quiet but steady. You realize you've spent so long avoiding conflict that you started avoiding yourself too. So you breathe, you speak, and you take your turn. And the world doesn't explode. No one hates you. In fact, they just keep moving. Because sometimes the fear you've been protecting everyone from was never real to begin with. You realize, kindness doesn't mean absence. Politeness doesn't require silence. You can be gentle and visible at the same time. Maybe this is your quiet wake-up call. The reminder that letting others go first isn't always noble. Sometimes it's just your fear in costume. And maybe you don't need to stop being kind. You just need to stop disappearing in the name of it. You can still open doors for others, but you can walk through them too. You can still listen deeply, but your voice deserves its turn. You can still make space without erasing yourself to do it, because there's a moment right before you say, "You go first," where your body hesitates. That's the moment you can reclaim. That's the breath where your story begins to rewrite itself. So next time you're standing in line, in conversation, in a choice, and that old instinct whispers, step back. Just pause and see what happens if you don't. Maybe the world doesn't fall apart. Maybe it just makes room for you.